Avon, Ohio has some great schools, great shopping, and some absolutely beautiful homes located within the city itself. So if you're thinking about moving to the greater Cleveland area, this might be a great option for you. Now, my name's Sam Oler and I'm a realtor in the greater Cleveland area, and I handle everything in the surrounding areas. So if you are thinking about making a move over this way, definitely reach out to me. All of my contact information is down in the description. And I've got some programs that are gonna make your life a lot easier, whether you're looking to move in 9 weeks or 9 months. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out, even if you're a ways out from actually moving over here. Now, jumping back into today's topic, which is Avon, Ohio, you're gonna be about 30 minutes west of Cleveland, and this area is absolutely beautiful to go hang out in. It used to be a lot of old farm country, so all the buildings here are going to be pretty spread out as far as the geographical attributes go. However, the city was originally named Township 7 in Range 16 of the Western Reserve, and they were originally named Zuma in 1818 and later renamed to Troy Township. When Lorain County was established in 1824, Troy Township was renamed Avon Township, which it remained until 1961 when it became the city of Avon. And what made it transfer over into a city was really the population hitting a certain standard to be accepted into the county. So once it established itself, the rest was history from there. Now, moving into more modern times, the average price range in Avon, Ohio is going to land right around $395,000. So if you're thinking about moving to the area, you're probably going to have a higher budget compared to some of the other cities in the greater Cleveland area. And there is a lot of demand to get over into the Avon area. So if you're buying a house over there, you're probably going to be getting through a lot of multiple offer situations. And the houses that are on the market are going about 1% above list price in about 13 days. And anything that's been freshly rehabbed or newly built is sitting on the market for only about 3 days, and it's going about 3% above list price. So as you've probably figured out if you've done any sort of research on the market, a lot of the demand is going to be going towards those houses that are turnkey, freshly renovated, and super easy to move into. That's just due to the fact that it is very appealing to the most amount of people, and with that comes a really high competition. So me personally, I always recommend to my clients that you get the house that needs a little bit of carpet and paint, because there's going to be a lot less people with the imagination who want to move into something like that, just due to the fact that it needs a little bit of work. But in reality, this is a super easy thing to do, and it's almost like an initiation when you buy a house to paint it so that you can make it your own. So that's just a quick little tip to get ahead of people in this market. However, if you are wanting or needing that turnkey option, I have a lot of knowledge in that area as well. So when you call me, we'll have a quick discussion about what your needs are, and I can cater towards that. And another thing to think about if you're moving to the Avon area is that a lot of houses here, they're not going to be under the average price point, so you are pretty much going to be stuck at that 400K range. However, if stuff does pop up underneath it, you're probably going to be in a smaller house that needs some work, or it's going to be an average house that is in really bad condition. However, they're a little bit tricky to come by in this market just due to the fact that a lot of these houses and developments are pretty new. A lot of them were built in the early 2000s and up. So getting into that average price point, you're probably going to land with a house that's right around 2,000 square feet, maybe a little bit bigger. And like I said, these houses were built in the early 2000s, so you're not going to have to deal with old construction standards. You've got these houses built with newer codes, newer electric, plumbing, and a lot of the time it takes a lot of headache out of home ownership. But something to keep in mind is going to be maintenance with these houses. Since they are from the early 2000s, we're approaching that 20 to 25 year mark, so a lot of the mechanicals on these houses are starting to go bad, but that's what we do inspections for. It's going to make your life a lot easier. You're going to know exactly what you're getting into once you're under contract, and you definitely do not want to give up your inspections when you're buying a house. If you have the ability to jump into the $500,000 range, you're going to be starting to explore some newer builds that were built 2010 plus, I would say, and you have the opportunity to really get something that's feeling a lot more modern and it's up to today's standards. That way you're not going to have to make any updates to it, and it's just going to be one of those things that's easier to throw some paint and floors in, and then you're probably going to have a kitchen that has some sort of open concept, because that's the time frame where it started to become a little bit more popular. So I would definitely recommend that if you have the ability to do so. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be in a position where you can afford something that's $800,000 and above, you are going to be able to get into something that is brand new and incredibly luxurious. These houses are regularly above 3,000 square feet, so you're going to have the opportunity to have plenty of space for your whole family and tons of opportunity to host different events, whether it be parties or just family get-togethers. Now, with these homes being in the higher price range, you are still going to have some pretty good competition. just due to the fact that there's less of them being built. A lot of these builders are trying to shoot to be in the average price range just to appeal to the most amount of people, but that doesn't mean these bigger builds are totally unattainable. And the other cool part about being in that price range is that you can afford the best of the area, so you're going to probably end up with some sort of new build where you're going to be able to choose your finishes and cater that style exactly towards what your needs are. And then you also get that turnkey home, so that way you don't really have to do any work to it once you move in. Now, a lot of the competition is made up of people that are relocating to Avon from different cities throughout the United States. So a lot of these people are coming from out west, where they're going to be coming from states that are super expensive, with locations like San Francisco, New York, Washington, DC, and Los Angeles. And I think a lot of people that are relocating here are doing it just due to the fact that you don't get the natural disasters that you would get out west or south over by the ocean. We don't get wildfires, we don't get hurricanes. Sometimes there's tornadoes that touch down nearby, but that's usually farm country. I don't really ever recall a time where it actually touched down within the city in all of the years that I've lived here. Honestly, the worst thing that you're gonna have to worry about in the area is gonna be fallen trees or some sort of basement flooding, because basements are pretty popular here. But with all the newer builds, they're taking that into account, and they're having a lot of different watershed options, so that way the water is washing away from the house and being forced away from the house. That way it's not funneling towards your basement. But if you wanna learn more about that, I've got other videos on my channel. Another climate aspect that you're gonna wanna think about if you're moving to this area is going to be the snow. We get a lot of snow here, we get a lot of really cold winters, and unfortunately we're not a super sunny state. Maybe about half the days a year are sunny days. The rest are usually some sort of overcast with clouds in the sky. But when those sunny days do hit, it's one of those places that you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Now, another important aspect to an area that you're going to be moving to is going to be the school district if you've got children. And Avon High School is one of those that is just one of the top ranked in the area. They're sitting right around number 1300 as far as rank goes in the States. And then as far as Ohio itself goes, they are ranked number 45. So they are sitting in that top 50 spot as far as Ohio schools go. And they have a scorecard rank of 92 according to US News, which basically just shows how prepared they are for post-high school life, whether they go and continue their education in college or if they go straight into the workforce. In the fall, Avon High School is going to offer everything like soccer, football, golf, cheer, cross country, tennis, and volleyball. Come winter, the students are going to have the opportunity to participate in different sports like basketball, swimming, hockey, wrestling, bowling, gymnastics. And then come spring, they're going to have the opportunity to participate in baseball, tennis, lacrosse, softball, and even track. Now, this high school in particular offers a lot more for their students than some of the other areas that surround Cleveland. So with the different opportunities that they have to get involved with sports, it's just something that almost all students should do. And if they're not the sporting type, there's a ton of different extracurricular activities that they have the opportunity to participate in as well. And those are going to include everything like drama, academic challenge, choir, pre-med, art, robotics, environmental club, esports, movie club, pickleball, student council, and even yearbook. And when I was growing up in the greater Cleveland area, my high school didn't offer nearly as much as Avon High School does. So this is something that I think any student would be super excited to go to. And they're probably going to be able to find something that suits their interests no matter what it is. Now, when you're starting to think about that move to Avon, Ohio, you're probably going to need to know what jobs are around. And right now there's about 21,000 job openings within 25 miles that range in salaries all the way up to 125,000. So you have the opportunity to make some pretty good money out here, depending on what your skill set is. Avon has a population of about 24,000 people, and the majority of those people are going to work some sort of white-collar job in the area. The average commute to their jobs is less than 30 minutes, and the average household income is sitting right around $136,000. So the majority of the people who live here are pretty high income earners compared to a lot of the different areas surrounding Cleveland. Now, as far as walkability for Avon, Ohio goes, you're probably going to want to have 2 cars because, like I said, this was developed farmland, so it is going to be a lot more spread out compared to if you're in a more urban area closer to downtown Cleveland. You're gonna have some pretty big developments that are located throughout Avon, and then all of your commercial areas are going to be in one spot where you're gonna have all of your shopping centers pretty centrally located. So that way you can get to them pretty quickly no matter where you're living in the city. Now, as far as those commercial areas, you're gonna be able to find your gyms, shopping, restaurants, and pretty much anything else you're gonna need. You're not gonna have to travel outside of the city unless you want something that is really specialized that Avon doesn't have. Now, as far as the restaurants that are located in Avon, Ohio, you have the opportunity to go to Avon's actual city website and check out everything that they have to offer. Or you could go over to Google and just type in something like best restaurants in Avon. But if you want some particular ones that are my favorite, you're gonna have some big names like 808 Shave Ice, Antica Italian Kitchen, Antonio's Pizza, Avon Brewing Company, Avon Nutrition, Bar Nova, and my personal favorite in Avon is going to be Hex Cafe, where they're known for their gourmet burgers, but it's got an all-encompassing, seasonal, locally sourced menu with some endless options. Now, if you find yourself here and you are in the mood for a burger, definitely grab the Brie Berry burger here. It's one of those that's got this blueberry sauce on it that is absolutely fantastic, and I'd recommend it to anyone I know. As far as the different types of shopping in Avon goes, you're gonna have a couple different to choose from. The first is gonna be the shops at Old Avon Village, and there you're gonna find different things like restaurants, gyms, and miscellaneous boutiques. The shopping. And the second main shopping center is going to be the one that you're going to spend the majority of your time at, because it's got all of the retail stores and the grocery stores, which is going to have everything like my personal favorite, Home Depot, Aldi, Heinen's, and Costco for grocery. And then as far as retail goes, you're going to find different stores like Kohl's, Marshall's, Target, Home Goods, and Old Navy. And if you need something that's a little bit more specialized, you have the opportunity to make a quick trip over into Westlake and go to Crocker Park, or you could go a little bit further and get all the boutiques that are located in Lakewood or Ohio City, maybe Tremont. And then you also have the option to go downtown Cleveland, where you're going to have even more shopping abilities. Now, when you're living in an area, you're probably going to immerse yourself within the community in some sort of aspect. So as far as the activities that are available in Avon, Ohio, you're going to have the opportunity to go to their aquatic center, and there you're going to be able to relax and swim or learn polo. They also have diving lessons there. You can check out some more information on their website, but you also have the opportunity to go to the Avon Fitness Court, which is located outside of it, and then there it's just an outdoor recreational area where you can work out. And on those nice sunny days that we do end up getting, you get to enjoy being outside and being active. Avon also has a skate park, so if you're interested in BMX or skateboarding, you have the opportunity to go there. And then they have some golf courses that you can choose from if that's your cup of tea. But my personal favorite activity to do in the area is going to be the Miller Nature Reserve, and that's part of the Metro Parks, and it's got a ton of different activities, including hiking, sports, bicycling, kayaking, fishing, and horseback riding. So if you're in the area, definitely go for a quick walk through the garden and then go explore the trails and do some hiking. And if you're starting to plan your move to Avon, definitely reach out to me. And there are a bunch of different opportunities to get involved with the city itself as well. And if you want some more information on that, you can definitely go check out their website and explore a little bit further. Now, me personally, I love Avon, Ohio. It's a little bit off of the beaten path, but it's right in that middle point between Cleveland and Vermilion. So you are going to have a pretty good access to some different locations throughout Cleveland, and the city itself is so well kept and just a really pretty spot to be in, and the people there are absolutely amazing as well. So if you're starting to think about moving to the area, definitely reach out to me. All of my contact information is down in the description, and while you're down there, hit that like button because it's going to help me out a ton. And if you want some more information about what it's like living in the greater Cleveland area, I do a lot of videos on that, so definitely subscribe if you are interested in learning more about it. I always try to showcase everything that we have to offer here and just what my experience personally is. So with all that being said, I'm going to leave the video there. I'll catch you in the next one.